Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma at the London Chef, learning how to cook with Salt Spring Island Ale. And you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, how senior artists reconnect with the community through art. And Dan Kahn sinks his teeth into the decline of chewing gum. And Meg Cuthbert meets an award-winning doll maker who's getting worldwide attention. All that and much more on Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
Welcome to Go Island. I'm just working on my mussels with some Salt Spring Island Ale because we're here at the London Chef creating a recipe combining Salt Spring Island mussels and Salt Spring Island beer. I'm telling you, I know, aren't I funny? This is very cool because it's not only using local products, but in a really fun way. Dan Hayes, tell us about the recipe we are creating for everyone and teaching everyone how to create themselves today.
Salt Spring Island mussels, Salt Spring Island beer, it goes well together, you know?
Yes, it does.
So I have these wonderful Salt Spring Island mussels. And to be perfectly honest, I think Salt Spring Island mussels might be some of the best mussels in the world. I think they're amazing. And they have a very thin shell.
It's so because they do yoga.
They do yoga.
They do, don't they? They do yoga. They do. I've seen it.
They do laughing yoga.
They do laughing yoga, yes.
Not when they're in a hot pan, they don't. They do screaming yoga there. Yeah, Bikram yoga. So the thing is, they're very thin shells, so they die quickly, they open up quickly, and they're not overcooked. So we've got a pan heating up here.
And I want to introduce you also to Ryan Malcolm from Salt Spring Island Ales because he is our beer guy. And of course, Salt Spring Island Ale is so delicious because where does the water come from that you guys use?
Mountain spring water.
Mountain spring water from Salt Spring. The water also is involved in yoga. So it's got the karma, and all this is going to be amazing. We're going to be so like zen at the end. Okay, so
I can assure you there is nothing that Ryan doesn't know about beer.
I bet. He's the beer expert. All right.
So we've got some onion, which we're just going to brunoise quickly. Doesn't need to be overly delicate, you know, something like that works very well. And just pop this into a pan.
Okay.
And get it cooking down. Now the thing is, we want to add some butter, but not too much, just a little bit. And get the onion sweating down.
Okay.
This is the only time I will ever not put salt in to begin with.
Oh, okay.
Normally there's salt to get your onions sweaty and juicy.
Yeah.
But what happens when this opens?
What?
Releases salt.
Ah, of course.
Bivalves. The only time you don't put salt in to begin when you're trying to cook your onions down is when you're cooking bivalves. Okay. So these are starting to cook down a bit. I have some thyme just behind you. I'm going to reach over, if I may, and grab some.
Now, Dan, I think there are a lot of chefs, home chefs, like me, who are a little intimidated making mussels. Would you agree? I think there's something about the mussel where like, oh, how does it open? But it's actually quite simple.
Here's the rule. If the mussel is open when you buy it, first of all, you take the beard off, which I've already done these, so of course we haven't got one. If the mussel is open, tap it. If it shuts or attempts to shut, it's alive, it's okay.
Okay.
So, always cook a closed mussel. On the flip side, once they're cooked, only eat the open ones. So that gives you two barriers. Let's pop all these in here. Very nice indeed. And any mussel that you're not sure about, bad karma, smells a bit, feels very light, just don't use it.
Yeah, there you go. See? It's so simple. Now, as this cooks up, we are going to head out to do a story with Paul Ballstein, who met up with some senior artists who are putting their art out for the whole world to see on display. We're learning how to cook Salt Spring Island mussels together with beer in a delicious and fun way. So, how are those mussels doing?
You know what, they're doing very well, and I think people sometimes think, oh God, I can't, overcook a mussel, I have to be so careful. But don't undercook them either.
Right.
There's nothing dangerous, you can eat raw mussels, it's fine. But if you're gonna cook them, cook them. If we take a mussel and pick it up. A mussel, when it's open, is cooked, right?
Okay.
No, wrong.
There you
I thought
go.
you knew this, right? You see,
I
there's
know.
there's a mussel that's open, but it's not cooked because it's attached
Look at, so
to
that's
both.
the secret.
It's attached to both sides. In the same pan, there is also a mussel that's beautifully cooked.
There you go, and that's how you know.
You see? But they're very quick, these Salt Spring Island mussels. And don't panic if some are cooked and some aren't. Just keep going. They're not going to overcook in the 45 seconds it takes them to all open. Just a little bit of beer at the end. Lovely. And I'm ready with some lemon.
And what kind of beer is this?
That was the heather ale. It actually uses heather flower grown out at Butchart Gardens instead of using hops. Another one of our ancient ales. So yeah, it has a little bit more of a floral flavor to it.
I'm telling you, Butchart Gardens heather, Salt Spring Island water and spring water and beer, and Salt Spring Island mussels. This is a local feast.
Now they've all opened, now's the time to check the seasoning. Remember we talked about salt?
Yes.
Is there enough salt or isn't there? Typically mussels are self-seasoning. I love the fact that they come with a spoon, you know? So let's have a little taste. On this occasion, no, it's okay.
Good.
It's okay, yeah, it's okay. We don't need any more salt. These are all ready to go. Turn it off. I would suggest that that is the ultimate fast food.
There you go. How long did that take us? Like 2 minutes?
They're so light, they're so delicate.
We're now going to head out to find out why chewing gum isn't as popular as it used to be. We love to create one-of-a-kind, interesting things, and this is so fun because it's really taking all of that and combining it, from the heather ale to the local mussels, and of course Dan Hayes and your creative juices. But you were saying that you really love the mussels and the beer.
I think it's great, really great. I mean, in the north of France, in Normandy, they use cider.
Yeah.
In Spain, they use beer quite often.
Okay.
But we always think of wine.
Yeah.
But this heather ale, perfect. With these mussels, it's out of this world. And you don't need to mess about. What have we got? Butter, onion, thyme, beer, mussels.
And what, like 3 minutes of your life?
And 3 minutes of your life, literally, you know? And I'm not going to put anything else in because the flavor is that. I don't want to mess about. We don't need bacon and cream and this and parsley and simple.
Simple. Okay, Ryan, what do you think? Should we try one?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it.
Go for it. Let's see how they
I took all the time with me. I got all the time in the world.
I think they're probably quite good.
All right. And I like it, the built-in spoon, right?
Oh man.
And they're not bad, are they? Bloody hell.
That maltiness, a little bit of that floral.
Yeah.
Oh, it's delicious.
And the thyme, oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Fantastic. We have to take a very short break, but go nowhere. When we come back, more on cooking, mussels, and beer right here at the London Chef, and more great stories right here on Go Island. Welcome back to Go Island. We are cooking mussels and beer today. Salt Spring Island ale really is unique. They use the Salt Spring spring water to create it and all sorts of local stuff. This one was made with heather from Butchart Gardens. Give us some other examples of how beer can really help bring out the flavors in food.
Well, I mean, there's so many different opportunities, right? You've got bitter beers, and I mean, bitter flavors can really reinforce spicy flavors. So
Okay.
things like our IPA and an English curry,
Ooh.
phenomenal together.
Absolutely.
You can also take the maltiness and sweetness of something like this, which will really balance out flavors like chili and spice. Yeah, and then never underestimate effervescence, right? Carbonation is huge as a palate cleanser.
There you go. So many fun ways to use our local products, handmade with love, in our kitchen. Now, speaking of handmade with love, there is a sheet metal artist up island that creates incredible art. Oh, I wish this was smell-o-vision because these mussels and beer smell so good. We have to take a break, but go nowhere. When we come back, we're gonna head to the valley to meet an artist who creates one-of-a-kind dolls that are getting recognized all over the world. Welcome back to Go Island. We're here at the London Chef with Salt Spring Island Ale, expert Ryan Malcolm and Dan Hayes cooking mussels and beer. Now, what would you pair this with?
Lots and lots of bread to sort of mop up the juice. Almost maybe better than the mussels themselves. In terms of something to drink,
Yeah, I actually, I'm a firm believer in actually pairing your beer with one flavor stronger than the beer you cooked with.
Oh, really? I would never have thought that.
I'd pair that with our golden ale.
There you go. It's a beer feast. Now, have you ever seen Whippletree Junction when you're heading over the Malahat on your way to Cowichan Valley? It's this funky little place filled with all sorts of cool shops, but there's one place there that is creating one-of-a-kind dolls, and not only is it getting world recognition, but they do it ethically and with heart. Meg Cuthbert with that story. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to try this recipe, it will be on our Facebook page. And if you have any ideas, thoughts, feedback for us, let us know. And if you have any great ideas for cooking classes here at the London Chef, tell us. Thanks for watching.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir. Casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.